Big hugs, everyone, and welcome to Pass the Mic. I am here with an amazing woman that's done some incredible things. And I know, you want to know, who is this? Who is this? This is Devavani. Devavani. I always get that a little. Watch out. Say hello, Devavani.
Hello and good morning.
So, we are going to do our song. What's our song today?
Well, I think today is a day for Amazing Grace.
Oh, yummy, yummy, yummy. That sounds great. Okay.
Let's go.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a soul like me. I was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Oh, that was spectacular. She harmonized on a drop of a dime. When I say on a drop of a dime, a drop of a dime. Welcome to the show. How did you learn to harmonize like that?
Well, I've been in choirs all my life and grew up in a musical family where my mother played the piano every day. We listened to a lot of classical music and a lot of the musicals of the 50s and 60s, which were just, frankly, amazing. It was just an era for musicals, and my family, of course, we had the records and the record player. And I had two sisters, and so we would like act out all these musicals and sing the songs. My mother would sit at the piano and play. And how did I learn to harmonize? I love vocal music. I love a cappella music. I love what the voice can do, the power of the voice, which is unequaled, in my opinion, in the world of music. And to harmonize is really to just be making the best use of an already beautiful instrument. So I love to listen for the harmony. If I can hear one, I like to try it out. So
I love it. I love it. I beat myself up about harmony sometime. But my God, oof, that was just beautiful. And I could, you're not here present, but there was a point where you could really feel the resonance of the energy that was happening. It was amazing. I'm just saying. Well, she is amazing. So now I met you, maybe 6, 7-ish, 8 years ago, maybe.
Oh my, I'm not good with time.
Me either. But it's been a while. And I met you at the Universal Center for Spiritual Living.
Yes.
That was our first encounter.
Yes.
The music director there.
Yes.
Now, how long were you music director
I was
there?
a music director at Universal Spirit Center for 16 years.
Really? Wow.
I was actually the first singer that they had when they opened their doors. And I was honored to be asked. And it was shortly after I was there singing for their very first gathering. Actually, the first gathering was the Sunday after 9/11.
Really?
It was I think those of you who remember that time, it was a very tender time.
Yeah. Well said.
Yeah, it was just a tender time, and we were all feeling it. And we had our first Sunday gathering, and people really needed to come together. And I remember I sang a Barbara Streisand song about circle. I can't think of the name of it, but it was a beautiful song about just being together as community.
As community, which is what this show is all about.
Right.
How we create community. And you do an amazing job, I have to say, of creating community out in the world.
Yes.
Now, you do different retreats.
I do. I'm all about the community. I'm an Aquarius, and that Aquarius is about the community and and the future.
Yes.
I really feel like my life would be so much less if I didn't have my community. So I have the community of the spiritual center. I also make community out in the world. I create retreats, which are usually women's retreats. They're spiritual retreats of meditation and yoga of the voice and chant. And we go to amazing places where the natural landscape, the actual surroundings that we choose are a big part of the energy of the retreat.
Wow.
And so we've been in Yosemite, we've been in the mountains of here in San Diego, the desert, and now in December we're going to Ghost Ranch in New Mexico, and we'll have a 2-week retreat there.
How awesome.
Yeah, that's an amazing landscape.
Wow. And we'll have links below, because even if you don't make the one in December, she's always doing amazing things, so you'll be able to reach out and connect and get that grounding. Working with the female energy when you do retreats for women, how does that help? I think it helps ground the planet in ways that we don't even really get. You know what I'm saying? It's a vibrational thing of energy that's grounding when women come together to bring their souls and to connect in the oneness.
Yes, and the interesting thing is that when women really care for themselves in that way, their family and their communities are all impacted in a positive way. Yeah. Gandhi said that if you educate the women of the house or the mother of the house, you educate the entire family, and it's true. And we live in a world where in many places the feminine is not honored or respected. And the irony for me is that when we really respect and honor and care for the feminine, the deep feminine, that everybody benefits. Everyone. Children, partners,
the universe.
The universe. The men in our family, the men in our community, the women in our community. So.
And I, not to men, you do as well, because you bring your energy. We all share this energy, but there is a difference, and which is the beauty of it, because each one provides a different essence for us to be a whole.
Yes.
I believe,
Yes.
Now, do you play an instrument? I don't remember if you play.
I play a harmonium. I'm not really very good, but I love to play. I play my voice. The voice is my main instrument. I direct a choir and I lead with my voice.
Nice.
I do play a Native American flute, and I play a harmonium when I do the devotional chant. And my mother was a piano teacher, and she tried to teach me to play piano, and I was a terrible student. I wouldn't practice because I wanted to play like my mother, who was a concert pianist, and I didn't sound like her, and so I thought, well, forget this.
I want the best or nothing
I
else.
want to play like Mom
right now.
So I didn't practice.
Well, that's the beauty of life in anything. Practice is truly important.
Everything.
Now, are you a licensed practitioner? I know you are a practitioner of the world.
I am not. I did not. I was raised in this philosophy of religious science and science of mind.
Wow.
My father was a science of mind minister.
Oh my God, I did not know that.
I went to science of mind Sunday school.
Wow, that's so awesome sauce.
And so I, at one time, considered being a practitioner. I considered being a minister.
Oh, yeah.
Because I feel like that's a part of who I am. That's definitely something that I could pull off. But when I really asked myself, is this for me? The answer was no. Yeah. Music has always been my ministry. And so it has to be music for me. So whatever that looks like, whether it's facilitating yoga of the voice, or doing devotional chant, or leading a choir, or just singing, as a soloist.
Yes. I love that. I went through the classes and decided at a point that I didn't need to be licensed to, and I understand no harm, no foul, but I didn't. I decided not to go that path.
You don't need a license for being Gino. I don't think that exists in the world. No license for this one.
No. That's well said. Now, I don't even remember, but when I first met you, I know you went through a name change.
Oh, gosh.
And
yeah.
I always love to ask, because that's a very spiritual, primal time when you take on a name that represents you.
Yeah.
So what was that path like for you?
Well, it was a very interesting time of my life.
Okay.
I was about to say how old I am.
No.
I don't need to do that.
We don't need that, yeah.
I was in the process of leaving a marriage, and it was a long marriage, very long marriage, and we had children and grandchildren.
Oh, my.
And, but I was not thriving in that marriage. As a matter of fact, I felt like if I stayed any longer, that I would just really probably get ill.
Oh, wow.
It was time for me to go.
That's brilliant that you could recognize that.
Well, I could feel it.
Yeah. Most people can't, though. They don't get it. They think
Yeah.
if they change the outside, but there was something going on inside. It
Well,
was just
it's like a tap on the shoulder, and sometimes like a 2x4 over your head.
There's the one I'm working with.
Yeah, telling me to say yes to my own life, and my own life was a lot bigger than the life that I was currently living with my partner. So I left that marriage, and when I left that marriage, I had to leave. I had a name that my husband had given to me, which was a nickname which stuck for years and years, and everybody knew me by that name. So when I left the marriage, I thought, well, I can't be that name anymore.
Wow.
What is my name? And I actually took that question into meditation, and that's a powerful one. What is my name?
Yes.
I was just waiting to be shown.
Wow.
So I considered going back to my birth name, the one that my mother and father had given me.
Right.
And then that didn't feel right either. I thought, well, my parents gave me a name, and then my husband gave me a name, and it's time for me to give myself a name. So I meditated for a few months, and one morning very early, I was felt the tap on the shoulder to go to my computer, and at the time I was learning a lot of Sanskrit mantras, and I went to the computer to look up a Sanskrit English translation website.
Okay.
And I thought, well, okay, so there's a name for me in all of this, and I'm to go and find it. So I went and I started looking at all of the words, and the sun was just rising outside, and I thought, well, I'll look for the Sanskrit word for sunrise, or for dawn, or the new day, or something. And none of those words were right, so I would look on one side at the Sanskrit and on the other side at the English translation. And finally, I just began running down the list of Sanskrit words, and I came down to one. There were a lot that weren't giving me a ding, you know.
Yeah,
but I came down to
no
one.
Hit.
No hit. And it says Devavani, and I thought, oh, what's that mean? And I looked over to the translation, divine voice.
Oh my God! We can't make this up.
I couldn't make this stuff up.
I know. We can't make it
So
up.
I thought, ding, ding, that's my name.
Wow. I've never asked you that, but I always wondered how you got your name. Because some people, they just hear they hear other stuff. And I didn't feel connected. I felt connected with your name. I would go back and forth with the pronunciation of it.
Right.
But I felt it was you. It wasn't like, oh, she just pick this because, namaste is what's in.
I know.
I am the truth. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
That is beautiful.
I felt it, and I'll tell you, it was a process to live into, because at first, that was a big name to step into.
Yeah.
And so at first, I felt really shy about telling people, like, this is my name. And then they're like you, everybody's like, well, how do you say that? Right? Devani, Devavani, Diva, Deep. No,
I've been in all of that, yeah.
But I finally feel comfortable. I finally feel like that's who I am. And when people call me by my old names now, it just doesn't even register Like, that is not me.
Right,
You're
right.
calling me by something that's not me.
Right. I don't even remember what your old name is. That's how I knew for me
Yeah.
that this is your name.
Yeah.
Because I have friends that have changed their name, but their old name is what comes up. I try to be honoring them and be mindful, but sometimes it does. But yours is not. It's
Gone.
like, it's gone. It's gone.
We disappeared it.
Out of here. That is so awesome. Now with Sanskrit, describe what Sanskrit is.
Well, some people call it the mother tongue. It's a very ancient language. And from what I understand, and I'm not a Sanskrit scholar, you can spend your whole life studying this language.
Yeah.
It's not really a language that is a spoken language, but it is a language that is a sung language. And it originated in India, and the way the language was given was that it was kind of like a download. Like if there needed to be a word for a thing, then the word came.
Wow.
Now, I probably have botched that explanation, but that's my understanding.
No, I'm feeling that because everything I've ever associated with Sanskrit has always been through meditation, been through very prayerfulness, where it's like a prayer within itself.
It is there's a frequency of energy in every syllable.
Yes.
And I think that is probably the most important thing about Sanskrit, is that when you sing mantra in Sanskrit, every syllable of the Sanskrit mantra contains a frequency of energy. And so that's why they are so powerful. That's why the healing can happen, because you're actually giving yourself energetic frequency of healing that comes direct from source.
I love that. I'm a big proponent of energy and vibration as I dive deeper into quantum physics.
Yeah. I always knew you were a physicist.
It's mind-blowing when you start to be able to understand some of the pieces that come together. And the energy of Sanskrit, that when you're in that space, to be able to sing that is very, very powerful.
And what's interesting, Gino, is that as a singer, one of my big challenges has always been memorization. Stephen Sondheim lyrics. Oh my God.
Anybody lyrics.
I know. I've always had to work so hard to memorize. But when I learned Sanskrit, once I learn the mantra, I never forget it.
Really?
And sometimes it just comes to me in my practice, like a mantra will come to me, and it comes to me like the whole thing. There's something that I've learned, that kind of goes inside, and maybe I haven't sung it for a while, but I never forget the words. And it's crazy because, let me tell you, I've forgotten plenty of words in my time, but I don't forget the Sanskrit, which I find really unusual for me.
Well, no, there's a lot of lyrics that we learn over time.
Yeah.
That constantly download, and I'm blessed that I can ad-lib very, very well.
Well, I wish I could ad-lib.
Yeah, I can. And sometimes it makes me cheat where I don't actually learn all of the song. Be like, I got it.
Yeah.
I can fill it in. But I mean, Ricky used to say to me, Gino, can you do my lyrics? So, why are you so sensitive? But it's funny. Now, do you write music as well?
I have written some music in my life. I'm a big admirer of so many songwriters. I always fall in love with other people's songs. God, I love that song. I really want to learn that song. I have written some songs. I would call myself kind of a new songwriter.
Okay.
I feel like I'm still exploring that part of my creativity.
Nice. It would be nice to see, because of the way you practice, I think you could really write some beautiful things. I write, and I'm working on my next CD, and so yay! I know it's been a while. But writing lyrics is one time somebody was singing my song back to me, and I was like, oh, that's not what I said there. And I was like, that's what people think when I change their lyrics. I always think I improve it, though. I think that I bring it to where the consciousness is right now. But, it helped me see the other side.
Yeah.
That, okay, for certain songs, that was there for a reason. And, but it happens, and I got over it. It was all good.
Well, I do love to write, though. Speaking of writing, I've been a poet ever since high school. And very interesting because I noticed that I'm in the process of packing up a house because we're moving.
To where?
I'm moving to Guam.
Where?
Guam, get ready because here I come.
A powerhouse. You guys are going to be so blessed. Oh my goodness. And I'm hoping to come there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to come.
We'll have the spare room.
Yeah.
We'll be ready for you. So I've been a poet ever since high school, and in the process of packing up this house, what was important to me? Two things. All the books of poetry that I've ever bought, my favorite poets, and then my own writing. And I had a folder of my own writing that I've had for years and years and decades. And I thought, that is not even going into a box, it's going in my suitcase.
I love that.
That's how important it is to me.
I love
so
that. So there's songs in there. I know.
I know, and people are asking me, well, what the heck are you going to do in Guam? So I'm going to take a long pause. I'm going to see where I am now, and I hope to have long stretches of time for my writing, to really for my creative life.
Nice.
And for my singing, my writing, my chanting,
yes,
my yoga of the voice.
Yes.
Just to really kind of dig a little deeper and see what's there for me in terms of I'd like to write a book. I'd like to publish. Even if I self-publish, that would be that would feel good.
Yeah, the way things are going today.
Right.
Now I just want to touch on this a little bit. Yoga of the voice.
Yeah.
What is that?
I know. What is that?
What is that?
What is that?
How do we play with that?
Everybody wants to know. What's yoga of the voice? Well, if you know what yoga for your body is, it's a way of unifying, connecting, balancing, clearing the energy, opening, expanding, working with your physical body and your energetic field, connecting to divine source, which I'm going to say I hope people who practice yoga are really aware of, because I see a lot of yoga going on in the world that's not doing that. But the yoga of the voice is a yoga practice. So which means that it is a spiritual practice. It is a spiritual practice using the energy of the voice as a connection to clear, to harmonize, to align and to balance and to connect to source. That it's an expansive experience. It has changed my voice and the way that I sing.
Wow.
It is a powerful tool for health and well-being. And it's so many things that actually can't be expressed.
Wow. Devavani, I love that, because the voice has a frequency.
Oh, absolutely.
That in healing, I mean, that's a beautiful thing. There may be a healing retreat happening in Guam. That just may be one of the first things.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so
that could
wonderful. Yeah, I'm so excited for you. I think to step into this adventure, the old paradigm of that things got to happen at this time, is really falling away once people give into it and just trust that the journey that you're on, no matter where you are, you're there, and from there you can go anywhere. Time has nothing to do with it. It's simply the story that we tell ourselves. So I'm so excited that you have said yes to stepping into Guam, to seeing what's possible, to seeing what's available, the book that's coming forth, the new songs that are coming forth. Creativity does need to be nurtured.
Yes, creativity has a life.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when the heck, you can't, sometimes you don't get it,
Shonda Rhimes wrote a book it's called The Year of Yes. Do you know Shonda Rhimes?
I do. I know. Well,
she's amazing. Yeah. And so she wrote a book. It's amazing. It's called The Year of Yes, in which she kind of had an experience of being told that she always said no to everything.
Wow.
Well, her sister said it to her.
Yeah.
You know, when your sister says that to you, you kind of
then
like,
it's real.
What? Think about that. So she did a year of yes. It was an experiment of saying yes to her life in a way that she hadn't done before. Saying yes to the things that she's afraid of.
Wow.
Saying yes to the opportunities that she might have turned down otherwise.
Wow.
So in that year, she did things and said yes to things that she would not have said yes to previously. And it was such a profound experience that she wrote a book about it. And I really feel like that's what I've been doing, is saying yes to my life. If you had told me a year ago that I would move to Guam, I'd say, you've got to be kidding me. There's no way I would do that. But like you so beautifully said, that all of our gifts travel with us. And who we are in the world, it doesn't really matter where we are in time or space, because that's where we are.
Yeah.
And when we're there, Spirit is there. All of us is there.
Yes.
And it's very freeing to know that. It's very freeing that I know I can go anywhere and still have myself.
Yes. Yes. And expand yourself.
And expand myself.
You know, how powerful is that? I think one of the gifts of technology has really helped in being able to step, because it's always, I believe, always been there. But technology kind of loosens the thing that, okay, I have to be in this place in order to do this thing. People are doing things all over this universe.
I know, because of technology now we have freedom that people just have never had before.
Right. Right. I mean, you can be in a cave in the remote place in the world, and as long as you have a Wi-Fi signal, you can broadcast to the world.
My teacher, Sylvia Nakash, teaches me yoga of the voice. She has a school called the Vox Mundi School of Sound and the Voice. She has students all over the world.
Look at that.
Because she works with people over the computer, Skype.
Yeah.
Having Skype. And then she travels. She travels everywhere.
Yeah, yeah. As you are.
Yeah.
You are traveling everywhere. You are reaching out into the community. So if there's one thing you want to leave us with this blessing to say to the world, what would you say?
I would say love your voice. Love your voice for the power that it contains for you. And it's not just your singing voice. It is the voice that you have in the world. It is the voice that speaks your truth. It is the voice that communicates with the ones that you love and care about, and connects you to community. You know, being silent in meditation is a beautiful thing, but don't be silent in the world.
Amazing